The subject of the source, it might be a little bit complicated. The reality is it's not that complicated. In today's episode, I will focus on the first element because that part needs to be explained a little bit more in detail. So as you know already from my previous episode, that source is basically a place where everything is part of everything else. So there is no separation. It's just shapeless place where everything exists as a concept idea, but has no ability to manifest itself. You already understand that the first element is the basic component, the building block of everything that comes into manifestations, including the supporting plasma fields and whatever fields they are in. Whatever manifestations require the support is also built out of that first element. I need to explain how this whole thing works. What is causing that the first element is able to bring something into physical manifestation and or keep the shape in place? That is done with sound. I am sure that you heard somewhere already the phrase. It may not be exactly as I am going to say it, but since you are religious people, you may find references, I believe, in the book of Genesis or the writing of John or anything. The phrase goes as, "And the Word became flesh." You remember that? Yes, that's the first thing that is making everything else possible. It's the sound that keeps the shape in place. That's the sound. So now you know a big giant secret. You do know that everything, including your body, everything around you is nothing but just an appearance. And if you try to look under very strong microscope or take things apart, you will see that this whole thing is nothing more than vibrating energy. This is something that is constantly buzzing. It doesn't have any shape. It's shapeless, and the only thing you can see under microscope is the waves and colors and stuff like that. Another question that pops into mind is, okay, then where is the sound coming from? Who is emitting the sound? Where does this sound originate? That's very actually simple. The sound is hidden in your desire. The sound is hidden in the realization, the self-realization of I am, I do exist. That is the first sound. That first sound is followed by countless possibilities, because I am wants to manifest itself in all possibilities. Therefore, imagine that you are making a series of statements. I am a man, I am a woman, I am tall, I am short, I am blonde, I am old, I am, and so on. Each of that statement is a sound, and is very specific sound. A few months ago, I made a video about the shape of our cosmic existence. It was about a peanut. You see, that shape is also kept in shape by sound. And at the same time, when the shape stays in that moment, it actually vibrates. It goes like a heartbeat, goes a little bit in and out, in and out, in and out. This is a pulse, much like the first element. As you can see, it has black and white shape, and they all this whole thing is pulsating. The black thing is taking over the white, and white is taking over the black. And the most interesting part of this is that they were showing me that when the white part was trying to take over the black part took over the white before even that happened. I was like, how is that possible? Well, our brain sometimes cannot grasp what is really happening at the universal scale. And I know there are many scientists up there that they are trying to apply logic to all this, but there is a point where you need to leave a logic aside. Logic is very useful and should be used once you understand the relationship between elements. When you understand that and some process can be repeated, then you look at what the relationship is and how it works. So then you use logic. If you want to reproduce certain thing in a lab, of course you are gonna use logic. You are not gonna go willy-nilly to blow yourself up. You simply, through observation, as the element behave, you take a note, and then you want to create something or make something, let's say some kind of salt or anything else, then you simply employ logic, because you understand that what happened before between those elements, the process is going to be the same when you are doing that in lab. So that's when logic comes in. But on the universal scale, what we call alive and our existence, it's very illogical. It's something that we cannot employ logic into it. We are conditioned to believe that there is a future and past. As I already mentioned that in my previous video, none of them do exist. This is only an illusion. And we, right now, at present, we are feeding both of them, past and the future. I know this is confusing, but sometimes in the future, I am going to give you a video explaining that, showing actually parts where you will understand. There is a hardcore evidence proving that. However, once I am going to show you, I cannot unshow you. Or in other words, once you are gonna know that, you cannot unknow that, and that your life might be at that point upside down. You may say, oh crap, I never knew that that's possible. Our job here is not so much to be focused on how things work, but rather enjoy the life with whatever it has to offer. In other words, we are here to gather experience. Whatever is going to happen tomorrow, it already did happen. The only thing, we need to bring the awareness of that to tomorrow, this imaginary tomorrow, even though it's happening right now at this very moment. Each of the subjects that I just mentioned, I will build a separate video for that, and more stuff I'm gonna be adding to it, so you can better understand that this is the first series, which is I'm presenting you the basics, and then I'm gonna go into deeper details, more scientific evidence, because we have that. And at this point, if you want to understand how sound is responsible for keeping shapes, you can go on YouTube and type resonance or sound waves or anything like that, and watch some videos how very simple experiments will show you, for example, in how sound placed on a membrane, when you add sound to it, how nicely it lines up in very unusual shapes. I am sure you saw that. If not, please do that. Then you will understand that sound is the biggest, the most important component, the way our existence is operating. Sound is not only responsible for the single cell, how it's built, but the whole body as a unit. The sound is also responsible how we look, how we move, and our whole life. So this is something that perhaps you should look into it in depth. So maybe there are some parts of life that needs to be changed. I also recommend go see Eileen McKusick, the fork tuning healings, because this subject is very interesting, and that subject is not going to go away. That's actually a very scientific principle behind this that is not recognized yet. Something that Tesla already knew before he was building his famous Tesla towers. He knew why it's a bad idea to build transformers, to build lines to transfer the power through, from house to house. He knew that this is a very bad idea. He wanted to do that without any wirings. He understood why. It was the sound, but that subject sometimes in the future. Okay, so for now, thank you for watching this video. Please share, please like, and of course, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Tick the notification bell so each video is coming in, you will be notified. Sometimes in the future there is going to be a portal for people interested in this subject only. For now, this is more of an experiment to see how well received this material is. If you have any comments, please leave them below the video. Please let me know which part you would like to see to be more expanded or explained in better. All right, so thank you and have a pleasant day.